Hi friends, it's Becky, and I have a companion bundle to open with you today. This is for a companion bundle that is meant to accompany the November Bargain Bead Box. They usually put together beads from the sister store, Bead Box Bargains, and they'll do it at different times. Recently, they've begun putting one of the bundles up for sale like right after they finish sending out all of the bargain bead boxes, before they put the extras up for sale. And they do it as a surprise. So there'll be a little spoiler photo with a question mark. And so if you want to be surprised, you just add it to cart. And if you want to click through, you can see everything before you buy it. And so this is the one that was supposed to be like spoiler free. So if you ordered it and you haven't received it yet, go ahead and put this in your save to watch later list and then get out of here, scram, go on Git, and then come back after you do this. But chances are, if you did order it at the same time I did, you probably already received yours. And so this won't be that much of a surprise for you, because this was delivered to my house like the day I left to go to my sister's house last week, like almost a week ago. It was delivered to my house, so you probably got yours already. But you know, you never know. Maybe it was delayed. Maybe it's being shipped somewhere internationally and you're still waiting on it. So if that's the case, this is your sign, if you want to still be surprised, to go and then come back after you get yours. But if you're still here, I'm going to assume you want to see what's in here. Now, before you rush to the comments to ask how to get the companion bundles, they are very limited in quantity. So when they put them up for sale, if it's in your budget and you like what you're seeing, go ahead and buy it then. Don't hem and haw and be like, I'll put it in my cart, and if I still want it in a week, I'll buy it, because it won't still be there in a week, I promise you. That's how I do a lot of my online shopping. I'll put stuff in a cart and be like, maybe I'm gonna sleep on that. But for these, if I see them and I like what I see in them, then I'll go ahead and purchase it. And I do like surprises, but I clicked through to see what was in it before I purchased. But it usually will go with it. So this was the one that was supposed to go with our Bows and Berries bargain bead box. And I do have a couple of extra things in this order, just that I got from Bead Box Bargains. It is such a great site for buying beads and findings at just reduced prices that I usually will find a few things to add to my cart when I'm making a purchase. It's pretty easy for me to do. And they usually also include a little free gift, and it looks like my free gift this time are some toggle clasps in a bright copper colorway. Or is that rose gold? I don't know. It's close enough to either one. It's either a dark rose gold or a light copper. And that is TOG 870 if you wanted some of those toggles. Now when I unbox this, I'm going to show you the beads, but I'm also going to show you the number on the package, because while the actual bundle may be sold out, a lot of the items in the bundle will still be available for purchase. So if you see something that you absolutely have to have, go ahead and write down that number, head over to Bead Box Bargains, and see if you can get some of that. Alright, and then these are my extra things that I purchased. I got some of these, like, these are jet with a gold wash. These, I'm not gonna, are they donut beads? No, they're not donut beads. That's what these are. But yeah, this number 0759, they just have these little nubs on the side. They're just little check glass beads. So I got some of those. I absolutely fell in love with these disc beads. They had some large ones and some small ones. That's their numbers 0565 and 0566. And I was like, you know what? I want to add some of these to my bead stash. So I got some of those. They also had them in this really light rosaline color with a little bit of a finish on that. That's 049 or 0749. And then they had these really cool check glass beads. These are the donut beads, and so they're just these little circles of glass, and they had them in different colors, but I grabbed some of these light blue and some of these light pink ones, 0751 for the pink, and 0564 for the blue. They just were really intriguing. I love the large holes. I love this little shape. It feels like a really versatile type of bead to be able to use, so I grabbed those. I'm just clearing these out of the way so we can get to the companion bundle. Got some of these corrugated spacers, SPC 1582. I grabbed a turquoise and silver pendant because I am a sucker for turquoise and silver. And so I've got the bluer turquoise and silver, and I've got the more turquoise and silver right here. So that is pendant 2683 and 2682. I just grabbed both of those. I don't know what I'll do with those. I will figure it out later. Alright, and then some of these little bellflower beads. They're teeny tiny, they're mini, and they're like the lightest cornflower blue. 0568 is the color on that. And then some of these milky, like pink opal drop beads. They have a little hole on one end. 0747. So that was my extras that I got, and this is the companion bundle. So let's go through this because these don't have the same labels that the actual bead box do. I am going to be going down my list and reading from them. Everything that says kit is going to be in here, so I may be digging around trying to find the right things. If you saw my unboxing of my Christmas things, you saw that I got some little Christmas tree beads. I did not get this color, so I can add that to that collection if I wanted to. But it looks like we've got lots of gemstones. We've got some barrel beads. We've got some crystal beads. We've got more gemstone beads. I love this jasper. Look at the shape of these. That's so much fun. And we've got like a variety of greens. It looks like we've got some of those. Alright. Let's spread some of these out. And I'll get my dish here because that'll help us see the beads a little bit better. And so we've got just such a big variety of greens, yeah. And then they have these, they're red and green, but they're also like, you know, it's boughs and berries, so this could be holly berries maybe, if you wanted to call it that, or cherries. But there are these little drops that somebody put together, and then they went ahead and sold them from there with a little leaf bead on a head pin. And is that a carnelian? Or is it just a red bead? We'll find out. But that's on here, and we'll look at that in more detail when I go organizing it into my organizer. Oh, we've got another bead mix. I think I might have actually... No, the other bead mix that I got, that was it bicones? I'd have to look at my box that I organized that into. You got some wreath charms. This is great, actually. Little snowflake. Are they links? Yep, they're charms. All right, perfect. All right, just folding that over so that we don't actually accidentally get my address on there. All right, so then we've got some leaf bead caps. That's this one right here. They're antique silver color, and it is cap 511. I'm going to go ahead and get these into my organizer. I like to put these in my 15 grit organizer and keep them on the shelf right next to my Bargain Bead Box so that I can use both when I am designing. So let's get these in there. And then we've got our Crystal Bicone Ruby Mix. That's this one right here. It is Chris 2749. I'm just going to get these guys right here in the organizer as well. Let's pull a couple of these out though so you can get an idea for the colors of beads that we've got. We've got some light pink beads. We've got some opaque red beads that are kind of a dark red. We've got some clear red beads that are like the Siam red. And then we've got some beads that are closer to orange. So we've got a couple of orange ones, and then we've got these, is it gold or copper, but it's this metallic finish on these bicones. And these are 4mm bicones. And there's about 190 pieces in there. Then we've got a 15.5-inch strand of faceted rondelle beads, matte teal. That's these right here. That is Chris 3392. So these are teal. They feel a little more evergreen than teal. They are on the blue side of green. Like if I was to paint with this, I'd get maybe a PG 36. I don't know, PG 13 for paint pigments. But these are 8 by 6mm, and it is a 15.5-inch strand. So I'm going to find out if these will fit in one section or if I need to take down the divider and fit them into two. It's probably going to be two, because often a 15-inch strand of 6mm beads will fit in one section, but 8mm beads will not. And so this being 6 by 8, I guess it depends on how they end up next to each other. Should I try and shuffle them in to make a little more room? Probably not. This is just about as full as it's going to get, so I've still got more. Let's make ourselves some room in here. Okay, opening that up. There we go. Perfect. Then we've got a strand of 6mm faceted round crystal beads, white faceted round beads. They're white opal. That's this one right here. It is 3855 for this number, and this is a 10.5-inch strand. So it's definitely going to fit in here, and these are 6mm. Let's get that off of here. I'm just going to get this on a plate, getting a little closer to y'all so we can see that color. It has kind of a warm glow behind it with the light coming through. Even with the cool light sources, it still has that warm glow behind it. And then we've got some Czech pressed glass Christmas tree beads, the ruby red with silver wash, 6878. I'm going to go ahead and sort these into here. And if I need to move them into my other organizer, I can do that later. We got apple charm drops. Oh, they're apples, not cherries. They look like cherries to me, probably because of the size of the bead in relation to the leaves. They feel more like cherries. But yeah, that's fine. They are Czech pressed glass Christmas tree. Oh, wait. Red Malaysia jade. Okay, so it isn't carnelian, it's red Malaysia jade. And then we've got the Czech glass leaves and some silver drops. So let's get these guys actually in here with my Christmas trees, because the Christmas trees are very small and these are very small, and they can just hang out and be friends in the same little section like that. And filigree style wreath pendant, that's this one right here. Antique silver color. They are 27 by 24mm. And let's go ahead and keep a couple of these facing up, a couple of these facing down. It is fined 4076. And here's a little bit of a closer view of these guys. There are a lot of little loops in here, so you could probably use this as a multi-point connector as well. Like I could probably fit something through this loop and this loop. We've got a couple of larger loops here on the sides or in the middle. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a pendant. It could be, and I'm going to set these reeds right in here. It could be a multi-point connector as well. So sometimes these, you don't have to use things for their assigned purpose. You can use them for different things if you want to, but you don't have to. Then we've got some framed oval snowflake charms. They are antique silver and they are 15 by 12 millimeter. Just going to get a couple of these guys out here. There are 10 of these. And they've got these little bumps along the outside. And there is room on here along the outside that you could bead around this with some seed beads or do some wire wrapping around it or attach things down to the other bottom of it. You could use these as connectors too, or maybe do some beaded fringe from the bottoms of these. There are other things that you could do with these than just as charms. They work just fine as charms too. I'm going to put them in here with that because I have a few more things and I want to make sure that I have room for everybody. So I'm going to put them in here with the wreaths. I'm going to pop one of these wreaths on top so that when I'm looking at it I know that I've got both of those things in there. Alright, and then we've got some green aventurine drum beads, and green aventurine is one of my favorite gemstones. This is $56.50 for that. Did I give you the number for the snowflake charms? That was $40.95. But yeah, green aventurine, $56.50. And I love these guys. They are so chunky and fun, and they would actually be a lot of fun to create with. You know, we got those barrel beads, those with the actual bead box, and I wonder if these would go really well with them. Let me go grab that real quick and see. Oh, there we go. See, they're a little different size, but that would be really fun to have these in the same design for that. This was the Bargain Bead Box. I think that they would be really good together, actually. These guys here. I'll put that away for now. They're 10 by 9 millimeters, and it looks like I'm either going to have to put down another segment for these last 4 beads, or since there's a little bit of space in here with these matte guys, I'm just going to stick them over here. They can be neighbors who are over for a visit. That's fine. We like having neighbors over. That'll work just fine. Alright, and then we've got 4 millimeter green agate. That is dyed and heated faceted rounds. It is a 15-inch strand. It is gems $58.90. You can see the variation in here. I'm going to snip off an end and get a few of these off the green strand and onto this plate so you can see, because sometimes the color of the silk that they're on will impact how the color presents when you're looking at it. There is so much variation in colors there. That is really pretty. I'm going to go ahead and get these guys out of here. It's kind of a nice bridge between this one and these. I like that. Then we've got our red jasper. I love these. They're smooth bicones, and they are 6 by 15 millimeters, and there is a 15-inch strand of this. Let's take a look at some of these like red jasper beads. I love these ones with the milky swirls. I love that color that adds, the dimension. And then you got these others with like the striations. These are really fun. I love when beads are interesting, when they're not all completely the same and they make you take a deeper and closer look at them. That is one of my favorite things. And if you remember, we got some red jasper in the Bargain Bead Box as well. Let me pull that out real quick again. I should just leave it here. And it was these faceted beads that we got in that. So you could probably take this and these and put them in the same design and it would work perfectly together. I think I'm just going to leave this on my desk so I don't have to go reaching over there for it. I can just stay here next to here, and that way I can also bring it up and show it next to it after we get everybody situated in here. Alright, then we've got some tree agate microfaceted round beads. That's this one right here. They are 3 millimeter beads, and there is a 15-inch strand here. And I'm not going to take these off of their strand because when they're this small, it's easier for me to create with them if I leave them on the strand. It's just easier than trying to dig them out of their things. And I'm just going to kind of wrap this up and set it on its side. Did I give you the number on that? The 6287. It's that one. Because I want to see where I situate all these others before I select a space, because it might need to be a roommate with somebody. Or maybe not, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Alright, so what's the next one? We've got our glass rondelles. They are cherry red. They are 8 by 5 millimeters, and there's about 30 of these in here. They are very red. They look exactly like donuts. But, you know, different color. That's the shape that they are. We're GLS 1330. I'm going to stick them right in here. Kind of got like the red side and the green side, and then the crystal-y side right here. Yeah, it's working. It's working for me. Alright, and then a 10-gram bag of Czech pressed glass drooks. They are garnet luster. That's this one right here. 0498. I mean, we've got other drooks here. They're not garnet luster, though. Very obviously not. Let me get a couple of these on the plate for you so you can get a close-up look at that color. You can see that red color coming through. But they are very shiny with that luster finish. They're going there. I am going to turn the page because that is everything on the first page. Alright, now I've got a 10-gram bag of Czech Droog Alabaster with sage green luster. That is 0617. Again, very shiny. Whoop. It's such a like relaxing, calming, easy green. It's not mint green, it's that sage green. But it's a really great. I love the variations in greens. I'm into it. I am into it. Again, we've got variations in reds too. What a fantastic curation, I think. Let's go down to the next one that says kit next to it. Transparent emerald. It is a 5-gram bag, about 24 pieces of 6x3mm fire polished glass faceted rondelles. Alright. I can fit all of these on here. So they are the faceted rondelles. They have a flat side, and then they've got the faceting all around the outsides of them. They are this beautiful emerald green color. I'm going to go ahead and stick them right in here. And yep, I am going to need to roommate situation these, so I'm going to stick them right on top of these other faceted gemstones. Just right there. That looks good. Alright, now, what else do I have? Pressed glass bumpy spacers with jet with green luster. And these were a similar shape. This is 0760, similar shape to those other ones that I bought separately. Where did those go? They're right here. See these ones that are black with gold? They're the same shape, but it's just one color all the way around, and it's this green luster color. So like just a really dark green color, almost bronzy, and I'm going to put them all in here because the next two bits I'm going to be putting away are spacers and a toggle clasp. So these corrugated spacers, I think because those are spacers and these are spacers, I'll put the spacers together. I think that's a good idea. These are 1586. Put a couple of them on here to look at them closer. They are 4mm in size. I'm just going to go ahead and stick them in here with my bumpy spacers, my check glass ones. Look at them being roommates. Shared their spaces so nicely. And then I've got a clasp. It is a jumbo spring ring clasp. It is platinum plated, 23x13mm. It comes with a little figure 8, a figure 8 loop that you can connect the other side to. And then this side here. Oof. Oop. And see, it slides open like that. Where'd my... I think I lost my little bit. Did it fall in here? Maybe? I will find it later. It did, it fell right in there. I'm going to go ahead and attach it back to it so I don't lose it, because believe me, I will lose it. Just trust me on this one. It is something that I will do. Alright, so now it's attached again. I'm going to stick it right in here because there's plenty of space in here with these other guys. And now I have my companion bundle. This was the surprise companion bundle. There was another one that was listed for sale when the box extras went up for sale, and for really popular bundles and bead boxes, they'll usually do like a version 2, sometimes a version 3. It all depends on what they can fit in and how much they can go. And you can see this is the Bargain Bead Box and this was the companion bundle, and they do actually really complement each other really, really nicely when you look at them side by side. Because we have a few more reds in this one than we do in this, but we have a few other varieties of greens. We have some more findings and some different bead caps and spacers, but these will all go together and complement each other. And one of my favorite things to do when I get a companion bundle is to do a design, or do two separate designs, one with this one and one with that one. But I also do like combining some of them together as well. So I'm probably going to do a video where I make something with this box and something with this box at the same time. And then I'll do another video where I combine some of this with that, and we'll just have fun making, because this is such a wonderful, like, festive, wintry color scheme, and I am in love with this bead box. Anyway, I will put links in the description below to Bead Box Bargains, which is the sister store for Bargain Bead Box. If you're not a subscriber, it is one of the best value for money bead boxes out there. Like, this is less than $25 to get this. It's a really good, very well curated, thoughtfully put together bead box. They always have such fun themes, and then they also do extras like this. And if you are a subscriber to Bargain Bead Box, you get a 30% off coupon every month that you can use at their sister store. So when they put this together and all of this bundle is discounted already, you can also discount it even further, and get it for about the same price as the Bargain Bead Box after the discounts. But I will put those links in the description below. Thank you so much for finding my channel. If you are new here, if you like what you see, hit the like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. And until next time, happy beading!